Joseph Suaalii should leave now for Rugby World Cup 2023 for the Wallabies. Do you think he should do that? Walk out of his contract right now? To be honest, if I was him, I would say no. It doesn't mean I won't leave the NRL at the end of the season. I just think he has got too much to lose by going to the World Cup and getting smashed when he's never played at that level before. It sounds silly to me. And could drop his price by the time the next World Cup comes around. It'd be interesting to see what happens if he would go straight into the World Cup squad if they pick him. But to me, I wouldn't do it if I was him. I would be advising not to. But we will see. And no doubt that he would barely get the ball in the new age of the boring rugby union that we see in Europe, as well as South Africa. They play a very boring style of footy at times. So Eddie Jones, the team has gone backwards there. I can't see Joseph Suaalii going to win them the World Cup, but good luck to him if that's what happens. But on the Roosters side, I think it's best probably to let him go. Since he's made that announcement, the club has gone backwards and his form has been absolutely completely off the scale. He was nearly going to be a New South Wales player, and next minute he's left right out. So I think probably it's best for him to cut ties, if not right now, at the end of the season. I think that's what will happen. And I think even if he cut ties now, I think he'd be better off to play in the lower grades, get himself ready for a big Super Rugby next season. I think that's where he needs to go. Playing in the World Cup to me seems a waste of time. I don't advise it at all. You might have played schoolboys here, but it's a different league when you go to the big boys, especially when you play the All Blacks. I just don't see it being the option for Joseph Suaalii right now. Will he do it? We will find out. But to me, I would be advising not to play in the World Cup. Anyway, let's look at the Storm in the Teacup. Brandon Smith absolutely getting it carved up by everybody in the media about him laughing with his Melbourne Storm teammates after the game. Are you kidding me? He hasn't seen these guys probably since last year and having a joke. What's wrong with that? Obviously, you can question his form line, no doubt about it. His form has been very, very mediocre to say the least. Looked unfit as well. Maybe needs to shed a few pounds and get himself really rocking and rolling. You also have to question his media career with the buy around with James Graham. Is he really concentrating enough on the footy? That's a question you have to ask him and other players. You look at Nico Hines, his form has dipped as well. Chad Townsend was dipped earlier in the season, and all these guys are doing this the social media platform stuff. Is it really good for your rugby league career? At the moment, it might be good for your post-league career, but your current are you really focused on what you need to do to win a premiership? That's a question you'd have to think about. Wow, thank you very much. Craig Fitzgibbon, listen to me. You heard it here first. Matt Moylan's out the door, Braden Trindle in. Boom. And I think what you'll see is the Sharkies will get a victory. Yes, I believe that's what's going to happen. We're going to talk about that more shortly, but Craig Fitzgibbon has done what he needed to do to get it done. Breaking news. Yes, Josh Hodgson out for the season. Parramatta season is done. I'm labelling it right here, right now. I already said it yesterday. Campbell Gillard gone for 4 weeks. Micah Seaver out for 4 weeks. Dylan Brown still out for another week or so. Josh Hodgson out. If they get any more injuries, I just can't see how they do it. They're going to have to beat the Cowboys. If they beat the Cowboys, they're a chance. If they lose the Cowboys, I think they're just going to derail from this game against the Cowboys is a must-win for the Eagles to keep this season alive. Their for and against is good, so they just got to get the wins on the board, but I don't see it. I think the Cowboys are going to upleave them after this game. So, yeah, they're going to need a miracle, the Parramatta Eagles. Well, let's get to the tips. Yes, bang, bang. Listen to me last week. You would have got 7 out of 7. Well done. Can we do it this week again? Make it 8 out of 8? Well, we will find out. Let's have a look at what is happening here. First off, we have Thursday night football, the battle of the wooden spoon. To be honest, the Tigers have been in the papers all week. Can they bounce out of the shell of all the talk and get a win? They possibly can. But I just think it's going to be another dreadful season, and I'm going to say the Dragons will get it done in a tight game. I think the Dragons will get it done. There's less distraction on them now. I think they're playing more free, and I think the Dragons will get it done by 12. I think the Dragons will put Tigers definitely in the wooden spoon material. But I hope the Tigers win, but I don't see it. The Warriors and the Raiders, there's a lot of tough games this week, so I can't see how I'm going to get the big ones this week. But anyway, this is a huge game. Bunty Afoa is back. Niakora is back. That means Josh Curran and Sirenan drop out. Interesting selections there. The Warriors certainly got some depth this year when you also have Timari Martin not on this team and a few others around the place that could be playing NRL footy. So they're starting to develop a bit of depth, the Warriors, which is good to see. And the Raiders see the return of Paso and Papali'i. So they've even got stronger. So this is going to be a huge game. This is a big game. 4th versus 5th. They're both trying to be in the top 4. This is I think it's more a must-win for the Raiders with the for and against. They need this one. The Warriors can really push to nearly cement the top 4 spot even this early on with the victory. It's a must-win for them. As well. I just think the Warriors will get it done at home, but I can see Canberra beating them. But let's get on the bandwagon. The Warriors to win by 7. South versus Broncos. Wow, what about this game? This is going to be one of the games in the round as well. All Queensland players are back on deck after getting arrested by the Broncos, including Reece Walsh. So they are going to be ready to rock and roll. And taking on South Sydney with Latrell Mitchell returning. The only question mark is he fit enough? He may need to run. But with Walker coming back from the State of Origin win, and Cookie, Kalamatangi and Murray, they'll be revved up. They're ready to rock and roll. Yes, I think the Rabbitohs are going to go on a flying search to the top 4 to finish the season. And I think they'll start right here, right now against the Broncos and make a statement by 7 points. This will be a very good game, don't get me wrong. Either team can win this game. Yes, well, as we go to the next game, the loser of this match, this season, might be over. Yes, we're talking about the Chookies and Gold Coast Titans. Whoever loses is out the door. Tino out is a big loss. The Roosters have Tedesco back, but they look cooked and look like they're not even wanting to play at the moment. The Titans at least giving a dig. I still think the Roosters might play a bit better this week. I wouldn't be surprised if the Roosters win, but I'm going to go to Titans by 1. I just think on their form, they should win if you're looking at current form. Newcastle versus Melbourne. Danger game for Melbourne, but I just think they'll get it done. Bradman Best obviously coming back, all excited. Kalen Ponga playing pretty good football, but I just think Storm will have too much class over the field. With Pappenhausen about to return, a timely return shortly from him. I think the Storm will get it done by 6. Cowboys versus Eels. Well, big game, but it's been ruined by a few injuries and suspensions. The Eels are really going to have to dig deep to win this game. If they lose this game, the Cowboys will leapfrog them into the top 8. This is a big game. Parramatta Eels, it's just about season defining. They win this game, they got a chance of making the finals. They lose, it might be too hard to street with the draw they got after this. It's a big game for the Parramatta Eels, and really, all these injuries, we'll see if they find the calmness and depthness to get this down. Penrith versus the Bulldogs. Well, clearly, all this is going to be is one-way traffic. Nathan Cleary returns. I know from the Army, Kikau might return, but to be honest, it's going to be one-way traffic. If Penrith they win 30+, I will be stunned. In the final game in the round, Cronulla and Manly. Well, Manly are a bit of a bogey team for the Sharkies, but I am sure the bounce back factor is going to happen here, and I think the Sharkies might obliterate Manly here by 18 points. I know they got a few out, but I think Braden Trindle to 6 will be the difference, and they will rocket back in. All the talk that this season's done, it won't be done. They are going to put it to Manly, even though I am a Manly one. I mean, would like Manly to win. The Sharkies should get it done and prove that they are deserving to be in the top 8. I don't think they'll win the Cop, but they should be winning this one. Well, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. That's it from Barry Charles. Footy Show. We will return with another video shortly. Have a lovely day out there and enjoy the footy on the weekend.